Alright, boys and girls, we are so damn close to 2k subs, it's not even funny. So if you're not following or sub to the channel, I would muchly appreciate it if you did. That being said, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that was around for my 24-hour stream. It was a lot of fun, and a special thank you to everyone that donated bits and subs and all of that fun stuff. With that out of the way, let's get into today's video. First up, we're going to get the week's news out of the way and the changes to the game, and then we're going to discuss, were we all wrong? And by all, I mean pretty much the whole community. So that's going to be a little interesting conversation, but first up, we need to get these things out of the way. With Monday's patch notes, there was a lot more changes than I thought there was going to be, and in my opinion, these are some of the most beneficial changes or most impactful changes we've seen. So we're not going to go through all of them. These are just what I thought was interesting. Warden's Cliff Racers up from the bonus damage to off balance is up to 300 from 200. Still don't think this is going to make it usable. It needs a reduction in the travel time and just needs to set off balance no matter what. Winter's Revenge got 30% buff with it when using a Destro staff. I just thought this was weird. They're trying to standardize a lot of stuff and they bring in a weird condition like this. Not really anything more than that. I just thought it was interesting. J-Beam is up a massive 23%. Are we going to see those J-Beam builds come back like the old days? Impale has been pretty much the worst execute in the game for a long time. That's got a buff to 330%, up from 300%. Still probably not that great. The damage wasn't necessarily the biggest problem with this skill, but surprise attack. Now, it has been that far in front of Concealed Weapon that pretty much no one uses Concealed Weapon. That changes with this patch. Surprise Attack will only guarantee the crit every 4 seconds. Okay, not that punishing, but Concealed Weapon got a massive buff, and I can't understate this enough. 7 to 10% increased damage, not only when leaving stealth, but when your Mage Expedition runs out. So very interesting. This is up from a 300 weapon damage. 10% more damage is a freak ton more than 300 base weapon damage. So this is a pretty big buff, and it's gonna definitely give Nightblade some pretty stupid burst in some scenarios. Don't know why they need that, but hey, that's what's going on. Dark Cloak is up next. This skill has been changed that many times, I swear I just can't even keep track. But now it scales off your max health again instead of your missing health, but it's been nerfed by 42%. And if you're standing still, it's buffed by 150%. It's so weird, but hey, that's what it is. You may ask, what does this compare to the live server? We did some testing. So on the live, it was healing for 2,954. And on the PTS, not moving, so standing still, getting that extra 150%, it was 4,409. So a increase of 49%. So pretty nice, but you can't move. What is it while moving? It's not good. Minus 40%, so it's down quite a bit. I don't know what to think about this. I think I'll need to play with it before I pass any more judgment. Powerful Assault got a nice little bump up to 15 seconds from 10 seconds, and the range got increased by 2 meters. Now it is 12 meters instead of 10. The biggest change personally for me throughout this whole freaking patch cycle is Vigor is going back to what it used to be in regards to the healing, and on top of that is getting minor resolve now instead of major resolve. In a lot of scenarios, this is it's better to get minor because major is very accessible where minor's not that accessible. So I think in a lot of situations this is great, but the healing change is this is massive. This is really, really big. It means that every class is going to have access to a decent pot. No matter what weapons you're running, no matter anything, you're going to have access to a decent pot. this for me changed how I feel about Update 35 in a pretty big way, and maybe I'm justifying it. We'll talk about that later. Then, I actually haven't seen this get talked about a whole lot, but we're finally getting our BG event. It only took them about 5 years, but we got here, and you might be wondering what it is. Is it some cool thing, or they're doing something different with BGs? No, it's just gonna be one game mode, and you'll get extra AP or something. That's how I take it. So maybe one event's deathmatch. And let's be honest, that's all really it should be. Maybe capture the relic or whatever. That's not bad. I can get behind that. Even Chaos Ball can kind of get behind that. Quick side note, fuck me, they need to lock your gear choices out when you queue up. That would literally make random queues so much better, because you wouldn't have people swapping into tank builds for freaking Chaos Ball or flag games. Anyway, little side rant out of the way. They are the changes. Update 35's looking better. Alright, so let's talk about, did we get it all wrong with Update 35? The whole community has kind of bitched and moaned, complained, myself. And I think for myself and a lot of others, it was dumbing the game down, changing the combat system when it didn't need changing, and I think that one still stands very firm. But I was thinking, if they're going to water down skills so they mean less, is that going to put players in the situation where it's a lot more important to actually keep all your skills and buffs up? Like, think about it. If your hot heals for half of it used to, you're going to need 2 to get the same healing. So that means instead of 1 skill you need to make sure you get up, you need to get 2 skills up and keep them up. Same with dots. They are hitting way less, so you're going to need 2 to hit for basically the same as 1 did. That's adding a whole lot more complexity to a rotation, and you need to make sure you have a whole lot more stuff up than you used to. And to be honest, and this is just reality, the kind of player ZeniMax is catering to, they kind of just spam some skills. Like, they're not going through and doing that. So if you're watering down their skills, could make them actually weaker and make it a worse experience for them. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to justify this to myself and trying to make myself feel good about Update 35, and all of what I just said is bullshit. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Hey, I think we're in a lot better situation than we were 4 weeks ago. And hey, at the moment, we've got to take the wins when we can, whether they're big or small. But with all that being said, boys and girls, I do love yous all. It's been fun. I will catch yous again next time. Peace.